All right, today we're going to tear into something really fascinating. It's this document that's part sci-fi thriller, part song analysis, and part a look into the mind of a creator. We're going to deconstruct this incredible piece about a song of rebellion and the, pretty terrifying world it comes from, so let's just dive right in.
And boom, we are dropped right into the middle of the story with this one cryptic message. Think about it. This is an intercepted signal, a piece of rogue data that's about to throw a wrench into everything for someone very powerful. This one sentence, it just sets this incredibly tense mood.
So where exactly are we? Well, the source material tells us this message cuts into a routine hearing happening inside something called the time loop. You just know that means a world of endless cycles, of absolute control, and that control is just about to get a serious challenge.
And who's in charge of this place? Meet our antagonist, a cyborg captain. And the description we get of him is just perfect. He doesn't get angry, he doesn't panic. Instead, he has perfect glacial patience. You know, that's not just calm, that's genuinely unnerving. That's someone who is in total, absolute control. And here's where it gets really chilling. What does the captain do when he hears about this rebellion? He doesn't lose his cool. He just gives the softest of commands to his people. He wants to record the whole thing, every last word of this defiance. And then, once it's all recorded, delete the performers. I mean, the stakes just went from 0 to life or death. So, let's get to the song itself. This anomalous human cultural output, it has a title. It's called The Escape Attempt. And this isn't just music, it's an act of pure mutiny being broadcast for everyone to hear. And the lyrics, well, they tell a whole other story.
The song kicks off with the voice of the person running this whole show, the oppressor, and the tone isn't fury, it's mockery. It's so condescending, like the whole idea of escape is just a silly little joke. That last line, "Where are you going?" That's not a question, that is a taunt.
And this is where the song plays this brilliant psychological game. The verses are full of these direct, chilling threats. But then the chorus hits and the tone just flips completely. It becomes encouraging, almost sweet. You see what's happening? It's like gaslighting set to music. It's designed to make you feel safe right before the next threat comes crashing down.
But that gentle act, yeah, it doesn't last. In the bridge, the mask just comes off completely. The narrator's voice goes from a taunt to a raw accusation. It's a furious declaration that the system is absolute, and trying to change it is the worst crime you can possibly commit. The patience is clearly running out. And by that final chorus, all the games are over. The narrator just lays it all out on the table. This was never a real chase. It was a tragedy, written from the very beginning. The escapees never ever had a chance. That line, "What was is now what's not," that is the final twist of the knife. Their fate is sealed.
Okay, so we've seen the story inside the song, but what's so cool about this document is that it also gives us this amazing peek behind the curtain at how this thing was actually built. Let's take a look at the creator's own notes.
Right away, you can see this was anything but random. The song is built in 5 very clear phases. It builds the threat with 3 verses, shifts gears through that tricky bridge and chorus, and then comes back with 3 more verses to really tighten the trap, all before that final brutal reveal. It's a story with a very clear arc.
And the structure goes way deeper than just the sections. I mean, we're talking almost mathematical. The creator put these incredibly strict syllable counts on almost every single line. This isn't just poetry. It's like a piece of lyrical engineering. That kind of precision tells you there's a very meticulous mind at work here. And look at this. The rhyme schemes actually change as the song goes on. It starts with these simple nursery rhyme-like AABB couplets, very taunting. But as the trap closes in later on, the rhymes get more complex, more interwoven. The structure itself is telling the story of the escapee's situation getting more and more desperate. Now, this is where the document gets really meta. And honestly, kind of weird. After laying out all of this incredible, intricate detail, the author then spends a whole bunch of time telling us what the song is not about. So naturally, when you see this much complexity, the numbers, the themes, the structure, your brain just kicks into overdrive, right? You start looking for hidden meanings. What does it all mean? Is this some kind of allegory? Are there hidden references everywhere? Well, the creator actually answers that, sort of. First up, they deny any connection to the Bible. But what's interesting is they admit the overall theme and format generally aligns with it before saying there's no inherent symbolism. It's like saying, I know what this looks like, but it's not that. And then it happens again.
The author points out this strange numerical coincidence that could totally point to that old song, December 1963. But before you can even think about it, they just shut it down. Nope, not referring to that song. Okay.
And one more time. The author lays out another super complex numerical link, this time involving piano keys and days in a year, that could point to Hot-Blooded by Foreigner, only to immediately say there simply is no symbolism. It's a very bizarre pattern, right?
So what in the world is the creator doing here? By pointing out all these potential connections just to say nope, they're essentially creating red herrings. They are planting clues that are designed to mislead you. It's almost like they're daring you to find a meaning they've already said isn't there.
And just as your head is spinning with all of these puzzles, the document pulls us right back out of the song analysis and slams us back into the frame story. Because while we've been picking apart the art, the real-world consequences are still ticking away.
And the story just pauses on this massive cliffhanger. We don't know if the escapees make it. We have no idea what's going to happen to the performers. Their fate is just left hanging, totally unresolved.
And this is the final, absolutely chilling line from the narrative part of the document. It confirms two things. One, the villain is still there, patiently recording every last syllable of this rebellion. And two, the song. It isn't over yet. That final, fatal stanza hasn't been sung.
And that is the question that we are left with. We know the captain's command. Delete the performers. The whole story, everyone's lives, it all hangs on that final note. The document doesn't give us an answer. It leaves us right there in the suspense with the performers themselves, just waiting. What happens when the music stops?